Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. Sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
And he's telling me, man, you sure are a pretty high yellow man. I'm like, what? So I hand him my paperwork, you know what I'm saying? I hand him my paperwork, man. Wash my hands. I'm like, man, what the fuck does that mean, man? He said, man, you're just a pretty high yellow man. You're the closest thing to a woman I'm ever gonna see, man, because I got double life. I'm like, man, you tripping, man. I ain't gay, homie. He said, man, check this out, man. I'm about to go up in your butthole, homie, because you got it all ready. I'm like, nah, dude, I had to take your shit. I ain't getting shit ready, homie. I ain't no homosexual, man. He said, man, you don't understand, man. I ain't never getting out, man. You a pretty motherfucker. I'm going up in your butthole. I'm like, man.
All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday morning, long weekend. We all deserve it. I can't speak for you all, but I am off today, tomorrow, and Sunday. And once again, I just didn't sleep well last night. I keep waking up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. But I did get some things fixed on my computer, albeit late last night. And but still got it to work. Still got it working. I can't say working. I haven't fired up the game yet. But yeah, it's looking good. And basically, the reason why I couldn't get, so I found out some things. So apparently, my computer was putting things into a default drive. I think it was like the D drive or the C drive. And so I had to tell. This was because I got a. I got a gift card from somebody. I got a month of Game Pass for free. I just had to redeem it. So I redeemed it last night. It was late last night, and but I found out that the reason why my Game Pass wasn't loading correctly, it kept on saying error. It was like 0x800. It was something like that. It's because I keep on trying to put things in a different SSD drive, and it has me in a default drive, so it doesn't know how to save it and to what drive. So in essence, I had to put things back into the C drive. Now I'm learning how to take things out of the C drive, put them in the E drive, and so that's where I want to, and I shouldn't have to re-download anything. But that'll be maybe for the next set of games. I still got to get them into the C drive first, and then put them into the E drive. I want the games to go directly. I'm gonna say it again. It go directly to the E drive, but for some reason my computer Windows being sucky OS, it doesn't. It's defaulting to like the D drive or C drive. It's just weird. So I need to change the default drive. I think that's what I need to do. But anyway, all right. So welcome to the show. That was my Friday in a nutshell. So I escaped going to see the Garfield movie yesterday. But I gotta go and see it today. I got away from it yesterday. I told her, look, I'm working late. I don't know what time I'm getting out of here. But I got out of there about 4. I don't know what time it was. 4. And I got out right at 5 o'clock. So, and I got home a little bit. What time was it? Close to 6. Yeah, and so of course she calls me at 7:30 and says, "Well, let's go see it tomorrow." I'm like, "All right, that's fine. I'll see it." Then I hung up the phone. I'm like, "No, I don't want to go see this." But a man's got to do what a man's got to do, right? You got to keep the peace. Got to keep the peace. But a big shout out to everyone that's here. Shout out to J-Ro is in the house. Shout out to you for being a member. And Briaros, what is happening? Yeah, we got some things to talk about here. Multiple things have happened over the last 124 hours. We'll talk a little bit about the Sony show that they did, or the Sony update they did, clearly pointing out their AI future. They talked a little bit about PlayStation, but again, we tried to tell you guys, and I got a caution. Shout out to P-Rock and J-Dub, but they were saying that Sony's not going to do day and date. That's not true and won't be 100% confirmed or denied until I think the 29th. I think the 29th is when they have their PlayStation meeting. But Sony, we want to talk about that. We're going to talk about, so this is Sony board meeting. We're going to talk about this fake ass showcase that these pony podcasters, whether it be Marlin Gaming Nation or MBG, have been lying since mid-April about a Sony showcase this month. And it all comes down to somebody named Jeff Grubb, and Jeff Grubb said. Well, Jeff Grubb said an asteroid is going to hit Earth tomorrow. Would you believe him? If Jeff Grubb said, Jeff Grubb said, don't drink that wine because you're going to get knocked out and somebody's going to go up in your butthole. I don't get this anymore. They are literally banking it. And yesterday was ridiculous. I'm subbed to MBG, not subbed to Marlin, but I am subbed to MBG. And that man sat in front of his computer and was literally trying to manifest a showcase. Okay. You got people out there telling you Sony needs to do this and what we need to see. And it's like, Sony is fine. We have Stella. This is what is on my PS5. This is what I have downloaded. I have Stranded Alien Dawn. That is in PS Plus. I have that. That's a real-time strategy game. I have Stella Blade. I've got, I'm trying to think. I've got The Last of Us 1 and 2, the remasters for the PS5. I've got Forbidden West. Or I almost said Forbidden Fruit. I've got Forbidden West, and I've got stuff on my other PS5. I've got Madden. I've got Jedi Survivor and Jedi and Fallen Order. I've got plenty to play. Okay, I haven't gotten Rise of Ronin yet. I still haven't. I'm playing Resident Evil 4. That's the other one. I couldn't remember the other one. I'm still playing Resident Evil 4. So. And which I just, went through some village in Resident Evil 4. And these people got pitchforks. And, it's crazy. They got pitchforks for crying out loud. I'm like, pitchforks, really? So I'm dodging them. You can kick them in the face. So, but we're going to talk about that too. Because what this proves is that this is what I've said before. The reason they're doing this is for you all to put eyes on their podcast. I've also made an effort. I've efforted out. Shout out to Hip Hop Gamer. I am going to email him later today to try to set up a time in June to do an interview one-on-one with Hip Hop Gamer, the GOAT himself, Hot 97's Hip Hop Gamer, and hopefully more. We'll get that set up for you. So, but yeah, he's extremely busy. So, trying to bring him on, and but I want to start with the news that broke about 6 o'clock yesterday Eastern time. If you hadn't seen this, allegedly, and a lot of people are reporting this. I did put a link in to Porter Rock. Shut up. What's going on, Ice Queen? Let me see if I can pull this up. I don't know if I'll be able to do this or not. Let me see here. Doom Dark Ages is allegedly going to be on PlayStation. So, and I'm trying to see here if I can find that. And if you don't know, Microsoft owns Doom, if you didn't know that. And let me see here. Doom PS5. Okay. So, alrighty. So we're going to go to what is this? WCCF Tech. And let's see here. Let me go over here. Let me click done. Give me a moment here. Bear with me. It's early Saturday. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is up on the screen now. So this broke yesterday at 3:30 p.m. So it's 3:30. So I was still at work. But Doom: The Dark Ages reportedly will have Medieval World and come to PS5. And the only thing that's getting Medieval is Sony getting Medieval on Microsoft. So when they told you, when you hear people like, if anybody is telling you, any podcast is telling you, Sony needs to show that Sony already knows what games Microsoft is bringing. I don't know. It's not like they wake. It's not like, I want to make this clear. Sony isn't waking up in the morning at 10 o'clock, drinking some orange juice and eating post-A's, and then Microsoft calls them and says, we're going to put this game on that platform. Someone says, yeah, sure. Yeah, let's do it. That's not the way this works. They got Sony's PS5 dev kits over a year ago. I'm going to say that again. They got the dev kits over 1 year ago. All right? So their games are coming. And again, this is another AAA game that it will be on your PS5. I take that back. It's been reportedly coming to your PS5, and you can go out and purchase it or not. So when you hear people saying to you, Sony needs to show us, there are games coming from Microsoft that Sony's not going to be able to report on because they're not their games. Microsoft has the final say. Now, we're going to find out next month during their showcases. I heard about Doom coming. I've heard Elder Scrolls is coming. There's other people that have told you that Gears of War and Halo are coming. I don't know about that. I was told specifically Doom and then Elder Scrolls, because Doom and Elder Scrolls have always been on PlayStation. So they want those games on PlayStation. But we'll find out. And I don't know if you all play Elder Scrolls. I'm simply reporting that because I'm confident in that source. The Doom one, I was like, I don't think you all, I've been playing Doom since it was on PC. I've not played some of the recent ones, but yeah, maybe I will now. I don't know. So, but do not, I'm hoping you guys don't get caught up in wanting to see this, and this. Sony has already told everybody, at least to my understanding, they have told everybody that there are going to be no AAA releases of their big franchises that are established franchises. So no more Horizon, Zero Dawn stuff, or whatever you want to call it. No more Uncharted stuff. All this other stuff you all are wanting and claiming that you need to have, or you're being told that you need to have. That's not going to happen. So you're going to have to be happy with what you got. It's okay as a consumer if you're unhappy with what they got, and for you to go do something else, like go outside and touch fucking grass, okay? That's what you need to be doing. I just named what I am playing, and that alone, that is going to keep me busy for a long ass time. I mean, I don't know how much longer. Resident Evil, I think I saw a run on it that was 10 hours. I'm like, okay, I got maybe 8 more hours in that. Alien Survivor, not Survivor, I'm sorry. Stranded Alien, I'm still trying to figure out how to work the camera on that game. I did download that on Thursday. But make sure you vote in what we were talking about, which is, did the Pony Podcasters lie about the May showcase for PlayStation? I mean, did they do that? And right now, we're tracking a little close to 30 votes, and you just hit yes or no. So, but we're going to find, what do you all think about that? So, Right now, 70% said you all are saying that they lied. And I agree. I think they lied, and they're going to try to say that, well, Jeff Grubb said this. And so because they're going to put it on Jeff Grubb, it's not on Jeff it's not Jeff Grubb's fault that you all took something that he said and you ran with it. He simply said Sony likes May. Okay. And that's why they're doing their 2 business meetings in May. Now, could they on Wednesday say we're going to have a showcase tomorrow? We're going to have a state of play tomorrow, which would be Thursday? Yeah. But how about until they do that, you all shut up about it. You all just shut up about it because you don't know, and you're looking bad. And I heard yesterday that a couple of them were starting to walk stuff back. Oh, now I'm only 30% sure. I'm only 25% sure. You should not have said anything until you were 100% sure. I mean, that's what has solved everything. Stop reporting rumors and innuendo, and then you don't get your cheeks busted. I mean, that's the way this works. It's very simple. It's very simple. You lie, your cheeks get busted. You tell the truth, your cheeks are safe. That's the way this works. That's the way this works. So this whole thing of Sony needs to have a showcase, and Sony needs to show us what's coming. We already know what's coming in 2025. Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming, unless it gets pushed back, which it could. Okay? You have people telling you, well, now we have now it's been confirmed. It's like, no. They never confirmed it. They said it's still on track. That's different than confirming. Confirmation is when the game goes gold, right? Game got to go gold first before you get hard confirmation. Pause. It's got to go gold first. That's your confirmation. When a game goes gold, oh, okay, what day is it coming out? Oh, March 18th. Fine. Go. Is it gold yet? Yes. Okay, fine. Here, this game will be out on this day. But when you got people out there, and I shit you not saying it's their job to sit in front of the camera and get you hyped for these games, that I can't. No. You're fired. If it's your job, then I just fired you. Okay? I ain't gonna hire nobody whose job it is to hype video games. You're fired. Like Donald Trump says, you're fired. Okay, get on out of here. Nobody gonna be listening to that. So, it is what it is. So, are you saying a dono war for the pony's cheeks? Well, you all want to start a dono war? Go ahead. I'm a grown man. I don't ask you all for anything except hit the like button and share the video out. That's it. That's all I can ask you to do. I'm not gonna say nothing else about it. So if you want to donate, though, feel free to. It will go to me getting the 4070 GPU. I'm sorry. Because I have the 3060 and I'm about to put this in the shop. I want to put this in the shop, but everybody keeps on saying, yeah, you need to get the 4070 and you need to get the 7700. I mean, whatever. So I'm like, all right, I'll see where things are in June, like June 9th or 10th. And that's my computer. I've already set up my appointment. It is set in stone. It's gone gold. On the 10th of June, my computer goes into the shop. Come hook or crook. I'll have the 3060. Or I'll have a 4070. But if I get the 4070, I need to get a better CPU. So you see what I'm saying? Because I went ahead and I bought the 5500 CPU. I got it on Amazon. It was on sale for $109. So it was one of those, like those quick sales they do. So Monty White saying Doom was put in PS Plus, all the current games anyhow. Well, that's fine. I mean, yeah, I'm not knocking it. This is just more. And again, I want to make this clear. This is what's being reported. There's nothing, it's not official until Microsoft says, because Microsoft owns that IP. So, but it's been reported by multiple people, multiple known websites. I use WCCF Tech and it's also on PlayStation. Is it PlayStation Now or PlayStation? What's it? Push Square. It's also on Push Square. So yeah, shout out to OG Silverback for the introduction. I do appreciate it. So, it is what it is. But Sony has already told us about their first party games, and yet you're being told they're going to show Ghost of Tsushima 2. They need to show this, and no, they don't. They've already told us what they're on. Okay, MLB The Show was the last first party game to come out for them this year. So you're going to have to go outside and do something. I mean, I don't know what else to say. You're going to have to play what you got. I mean, Stella Blade, you got that game. And people were saying, well, that's not a Sony game. It's published by Sony. You got that game. You got Rise of Ronin, published by Sony. You've got Final Fantasy Rebirth, I think. That's on there. It's a Square Enix game. I mean, you got stuff to play. I don't want to hear it. I mean, I'd rather you just say, I want something different than what's out. That's fine, too. But just man up and say that shit. Just say, yeah, I would like to know in May, what's happening next year. Like, I mean, seriously, it is May. And you are talking about something happening next year. Because they got nothing else to talk about. That's why they're doing it. And like I said, when I saw MBG yesterday trying to manifest, the only thing that man was missing was candles and that guy in the background going, hey. He was missing that, but he had everything else. I'm just going to manifest this showcase. And so it is to a point now where it's just, hey, look, they just need to be quiet about this. They are starting to embarrass themselves. There ain't going to be no showcase. And, they are going to announce their long-term strategy for SIE. I believe it's on Wednesday, the 29th. I believe it's on the 29th. You got you got podcasters out there saying, is anybody, I mean, you all do know the difference with the ponies are the people that say this versus this. Helldivers 2 versus Call of Duty. Both are multi-plat games. How is it a versus? Stella Blade versus Hellblade. They're multi-plat games. Well, Stella Blade, I think, will be coming to PC that's part of the news cycle here. Stella Blade shipped up. The people who own the game has said there's going to be a PC release. Okay, fine. Who they get to port it, well, that's on them now. This is why I said when the game came out, Sony has console publishing rights. Shift Up can have another studio. It could be 505, whatever. Whoever does porting over to PC, they will be ported. That's up to Shift Up to get. That's their job to get. So let me tell you my personality. If you play something or try something, if you try something and you don't like it, I'm in your corner 100%. You have a friend in me. But if you are going to sit out here, not try something, and then say, well, the game sucks. You don't try the pizza, but then you say the pizza sucks. Well, what didn't you like about it? The texture? You didn't like what was on there? Nah, it just don't look good, and so therefore it sucks. Then we're going to have a problem. You will have a problem with me. Like my podcast, you will have a major problem with me because I am a try it first, and then if you don't like it, that's fine. But so anybody who's telling you Hellblade 2 sucks and has not played it yet, you tell them to eat a dick. That's what you tell them. You tell them, hey, Craig the Tech Guy says for you to eat a dick because you ain't even trying to play it. I don't care. I've heard people say, I've been playing games since 1995. I've been playing games since. That don't matter. You got no hands-on experience. That means you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Therefore, you just need to shut up. Because you don't. And I don't care how many games you played. I don't care how many platinum trophies you got. I'll kick your ass up and down the street. From D.C. to Spokane, Washington. I will whoop your ass countrywide. The days are over where you, as someone who has no experience, are going to try to tell the people who have hands-on what's good and what's bad. It's over with. It's done. A man that's never been married can't tell a man what to do if he's having issues in his marriage. Somebody who's never flown an airplane can't tell someone who's flying airplanes how to fly the damn plane. Someone who's never cooked a meal in their life can't tell a 5-star chef how to cook a meal. And someone who has never tried to do something or play something or experience something cannot tell you or me. Well, I take that back. They can tell you whatever they want. You cannot tell me what's good and what's bad about said IP when you haven't even got hands on, you fucking assholes. That's what you're dealing with. I think you got a lot of envious people in the PlayStation community. I mean, the ponies, not the gamers, because the gamers are going to game, okay? And if they want to play something, damn it, they'll go buy it, right? You want to play you want to play Hellblade 2, and you have a PC, you will probably buy it. I hope you buy it, or you will get it on Game Pass or whatever, and then you're going to play the game and whatever is whatever, right? You can play the game for 2 hours and say, look, this is not my bag, man. I don't like this, right? You know, so it's like with me, when I played that one game, that UFO game, that alien game, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play this. This looks like it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. Man, I bought that game, the Gray Hill Incident. Like I said, that game gave me diarrhea. It was so bad, but hey, I played it, right? I played the game for an hour. I'm like, this is, I don't like this. But I got hands-on experience. I can just tell, remember I told you guys that. I had to take an L on that. I'm like, this is going to be a good game. And it was terrible, but I played it, right? And there were people in the chat like, I'm not going to play that game. It looks stupid. Fair enough. But you all never did go the next step and say, that game sucks. Because I would be like, how do you know that? How do you know it? So you haven't played it yet. But I am so sick. The audacity of these assholes to sit up there and say, because I've been doing something for so long, therefore, that gives me authority to go ahead and no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't give you shit. I don't care how, I got no platinum trophies and I'll kick your ass from Spokane to DC. Like I would just whoop your ass. You wake up in Idaho, knock, knock, knock. Who's knocking on my door? Whack. You run to Montana, an ass whooping. You run to Minnesota, I'm whooping your ass. You go to Ohio, an ass whooping. Because it ain't nothing for me to whoop a man's ass. I'll hit somebody so hard their kid's teeth will fall out. So it is what it is. Do not pay attention to anybody who doesn't have hands-on experience. I'm serious. I am serious. Go to a NASCAR track. Imagine because I watch football. I drive up to Paycor Stadium. That's where the Bengals play. And I demand to start coaching the quarterbacks because hey, look, I got no practical experience coaching quarterbacks, but I threw 4 touchdowns in a Madden game. Think about that shit. I'm serious. Think about that. Oh my goodness, great. That's what you all got out here. You got that out here. Okay, I didn't think I was gonna like Helldivers 2 because my days of putting on a headset and calling in the B2 and all that kind of stuff, I'm like, I am beyond that. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm tired. I've been doing that since 1996 playing on PC. I didn't want to do it. But when I played that game, I think it was Mooch and J-Dub and Jez, Grind My Gear Jez, we played that and just had a blast. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad I'm so glad I like this. Okay? I'm so glad I like this. I'm glad I bought this and I'm experiencing this because I got hands-on experience. So I had to say, well, you know what? This game I do enjoy, but I got hands-on this. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that Helldivers 2 sucks and I've never played it before. I don't like the fact I can't play that game as single player. It'd be cool to have some single player stuff, but that's not what the game is. And I can't force them to change the game for me. I can just buy it, support it, and ask people do they want to play. I ask every weekend, does anybody want to hell dive? you know, and people will say I can, and we try to set up a time, and then we play, right? Right. So that's kind of the way it goes. So, you know, it's just an ass whooping. So, yeah, Hellblade 2 completion rate is 6%. Yeah, I mean, I agree. We're going to get to that too. We're going to talk about that. But I want to talk about Stella Blade. So let's take this story down. So if you don't know, if you're interested in Doom, keep a track on that. Allegedly, Microsoft's going to announce a multi-platform release of Doom: The Dark Ages. Again, we have to wait for confirmation. So I'm just putting it out there in the ether, but it has been picked up by multiple sites. So, yeah, let me go borrow your weapon. Yeah, I know, right? You know, I didn't, but I used to do that. You all need to understand that. You know, you're going to go over there behind the bush, and then I'm going to stand over here, and I'm going to shoot that guy over there. That's what we sounded like back playing, but it was in the 90s. We were, you know, early 20s maybe, late teens, early 20s. You know, we would connect the PCs via a big old line and be like, okay, well, you know, that would take forever to set up, but that was part of the fun. You had people over on Friday nights. They would stay with you. They'd crash with you all weekend long, right? You didn't just play the game. You hang out at the mall. You hang out at the pool, get drunk, invite the girls over. Like, hey, look, you know, y'all got to leave, though, around 7 o'clock because we going to hit the sticks, right? So ain't nothing fake about that, about a thug act. So, you know, ain't nothing fake. I'll whoop your Hinderman. I will do it in front of your friends on Facebook Live. So ain't nobody dealing with that crap. I mean, just imagine, again, you go to the Los Angeles, you go to the Dodgers or the Yankees and say, well, I ain't never thrown a baseball before in an organized game, but man, I play MLB The Show and I do a one hitter, so you ought to give me a $1 million contract. And then they do it. I mean, that ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Let's talk about Stella Blade here. If I can get my computer to work good. My computer's starting to turn into a little dog poo here. So this is about the girl's outfit. And if you all don't know this, we'll go to, let's see here where we can go to. All right, let's go to Insider Gaming. They've been, let's go to the whole story here. Here we go. Well, that was 4 days ago. So if you don't know, they're going to work on a cross-platform game shipped up called, it's codenamed Project Witches. So this game has been tremendously successful. And congratulations to the PlayStation community because, again, you literally helped keep a studio open. We got a new game. We got a brand new IP, a brand new character, which is highly risky. And you all supported it. I bought the game as well. I gave one away last week, so that was, you know, to the member who won that. Congratulations. That's been shipped. That went out to you Wednesday, so you should get it today or tomorrow or today. You should get, if you don't have it now, you should get it today. So, but let's go ahead and talk about 21 IGN. We're going to go to our friends at IGN who just bought. They now own White Zaddy at this point. They own everybody. And they're starting to lay people off. So if you didn't know this, Stella Blade, the update that you just got on Stella Blade, it added a boss challenge and it added the new outfits that were coming anyway. Again, this was coming anyway. This wasn't in the original patch. So let's see here. There's one of her new outfits. Let's put that up there. Again, I don't have an issue with what she has right now. But I got some red outfit that she has. It's just like, I was like, holy smoke. But again, I mean, people were saying, people told you that the game was censored, and it wasn't censored. They instead of putting out, why put out 5 to 8 outfits? You could put out like 20. All right. And some of these outfits she's going to wear are going to be paid. Here's another one. Again, this is, you know, I don't know what else to say about this. This is pretty risque for a character. And, well, that one looks like this one. That one is, except this one is kind of silver and white. So yeah, it is what it is. So, and, yeah, the changes in outfits were intentional and a design choice rather than a censorship. Well, yeah, I know. I mean, she still has the same outfits. Okay? She still has the same outfits. So it's called what? Midsummer Red Hood and Midsummer Alice. Okay. These are versions. These are revealing versions of the bunny and cybernetic bond. I didn't a cybernetic bondage suit, but the game was censored. This goes to show you how bad these incels got it. I mean, they got it bad. They got it real bad. Look at the sale here. Target Memorial Day sale includes this big discount for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Best price we've seen all year. And if you also don't know, is it Days of Play or something like that for Sony? I believe that's going to be going on as well. So you can get one. Somebody gifted me this 1 month code, I think. It was $11. And shout out to I don't want to name them. They said just stay nameless. Go ahead and play Hellblade 2. So I had to get all that fixed up. But I also want to go ahead and thank the person that did it publicly. I'm not going to give the name. I will thank you publicly, though, because, again, I'm going to have fun with it, the most fun I can have, and be done with it. Because I'm not the type of person that says, no, you donate something, I enjoy it. So, just to get that Stella Blade news up out of the way here, because that's bullshit that it was, that is bullshit that it was censored. It was never censored. It never was. So, Stella Blade outsold Dragon Dogma in Japan. Okay. The game is successful, guys. Dude, you don't have to listen to nobody else, but listen to me. Because I'm going to go give you the sales data. I'm going to give you the true information. Shout out to True Virgil. So, said he woke up with less trophies again and bottoms. Okay. He done woke up with a sore ass. So it is what it is. So, more people on GOW. That's that God Award and Hellblade 2. Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about that. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. So, first things first, I'll give a shout out to Lucci Sky, member. Shout out to you, brother, for being a member. Let's see here. Samson saying PC day and date soon. Well, we're going to find out this week. We will find out this week. Again, big shout out to Porter Rock and J-Dub City. But they didn't really talk about SIE. Sony talked about AI. How AI, again, remember I told you guys, about 3 weeks ago, find yourself some AI companies to invest in. Pretty sure I told you that. Oh, I know I told you that. Make sure you do, because AI is going to be really, really big coming up. Microsoft's going heavy. They're going 2 feet in AI. Okay? Sony's going to go in to help them actually make video games. AI can actually create characters and create character trees. Like you're playing Mass Effect. Like I'm playing Mass Effect right now. You can see on the screen, you see a wheel come up, a conversation wheel. That wheel already, depending on how your character behaves, changes. But the AI will be much more fluid. Maybe like us having another conversation. Muhammad Riyadh saying another business meeting when? I believe it's on Wednesday the 29th. I believe it's on Wednesday the 29th. So, just so you know. I'm just letting you know. All right? It is what it is. No. Dawn says she says, Craig, PlayStation will announce the showcase on Twitter when they are ready to do so. Yeah, I agree. You're right. I agree. They're on their own time. They're not on Jeff Grubb's time. They're not on MBG's time. They're not on Marlon Gaming Nation's time. They're not on J-Tech's time. They're not on my time. They're not on your time. They're on their own timeline. You're not going to interrupt their timeline so you can console war, which is what, unfortunately, a lot of these cats do. And I'm saying unfortunately, I don't do it, but, you know, it is what it is. The Doom feels like playing a shooter on a teacup ride. Yeah, it's always been like that, boycott activity. Doom has been like that since its inception. It's not changed. So, it says ponies and platinums are sacred relationships. Yeah, those gamers are hard to beat. I don't know how you can whoop. Oh yeah, I don't care how many trophies. Those platinum trophies ain't gonna protect you from an ass whooping. You know, it ain't. It's not gonna protect you from an ass whooping. So it's not. You know, so but at the end of the day. So we got the Stella Blade news. So the Sony board meeting, they talked about the AI. They did talk a little bit about PlayStation, just a little bit. They talked more about how PlayStation's IPs they're converting them to movies and TV shows. They talked about how The Last of Us was real successful, and their Spider-Man has been successful. If you don't know, there's been a Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man announcement. If you didn't know that, so you all can go check that out. I'll cover that maybe, I don't know. This may be the only podcast I do today. I may do a game podcast. So later on today, stay tuned for that. You know me, I may be streaming some Mass Effect a little bit later. We're 2 hours in, and we got to keep on hustling. So, but I'm just letting you all know this because I don't want you guys to. I really don't want you guys to wake up Wednesday morning or Tuesday night and then Sony say they're doing something and you all believed the first up. Don't do that. Just wait till they make their announcement. Then we'll talk to you guys about it. We'll be happy to talk to you guys on it. And I'll have another StreamYard and I'll invite everybody back up like I did before. That includes you guys as well. So you did a Resident Evil stream. That game be scaring me, man. You want to hear me screaming, don't you? I can't be doing the screaming. So these guys asking to see things that they have to wait for anyway. Exactly, Mr. Raimi hit it the best. That's exactly right. And remember what I said here, Mr. Raimi. What did I say? They're going to ask for it. Then if they see it, they're going to say it's trash. And then that's what they're going to do. And then when they see the final products, getting closer to time, they're going to say, well, how come the game doesn't have a release date? Then if it gets a release date, they're going to say, well, it's not going to go yet. So that is the truth. That is 100% accurate. So there's no reason to talk to you. I told you all a little bit about Grand Theft Auto 6, right? I told you all you may be linking up to is it called Rockstar Social event, Rockstar Social Club. And that will give you more immersion. It doesn't mean you won't be able to play the game. It will just give you a more immersive feel. Again, it doesn't mean you're going to have, this is just something that was floated earlier. Also told you all about the technology that they're using and how their AI has created different pathways for their gamers for the gamers. So if I play it and you play it and then somebody else is playing it, even though we're all three playing at the same time and we're in the same spot on that game, we may all three see three different things. And that's what it's like real life. I didn't see that. Did you see that? Well, yeah, I saw that, So that's what they're doing with Grand Theft Auto 6. It's, and I heard people say, well, it's got a release date. Like, no, it doesn't. It has a release year. It has a window, and they're just saying, hey, look, we're still tracking, we're still tracking for the game to be coming out. And okay, fine. The game will be coming out 2025, Q3, and that's what we're tracking, and that's where we're going to stay at. Okay, fine. Marlon learned don't know war game from you. No, he did not. No. So, no, he did not. So, well, yeah, we'll move on to Hellblade 2. It's 10:20. Let's talk about Hellblade 2. And once again, the failure of the of the Xbox community on supporting of a game that, again, these guys want to brag about games, and these games go to all platforms. I mean, this is pathetic. Now, that comes from White Zaddy right there. That comes from Eurogamer, and says clearly Hellblade 2 records very poor sales. When is a PS5 version due? Again, I didn't put that in there. So, it's coming. I mean, when Zaddy makes a request, you know they're not going to turn down their Zaddy. They're not, so it is what it is, right? You know, it is what it is. So, it's coming. You're right. Hellblade 2 sales are terrible. Absolutely garbage. Not garbage. It is garbage. Yes, Komanga, they're envious. The first Hellblade was on PlayStation. Hellblade 2 would have been on PlayStation, but Microsoft said nope. And again, you know they're envious because they're criticizing it even though they didn't play it. I mean, why are you criticizing something that you've never tried before? In essence, it's the same game. It just looks better. Okay, so if you like the first game, you probably like the second game. That's it. But I'm not going to get into it's the best looking game graphically. I don't think it's the best looking Xbox game graphically. I still think that's Horizon, the racing game. Horizon, the motorsports game, whatever it's called. So Forza Horizon. I still think that's the best looking game, followed very closely by Gears of War. Now, I'm telling you my opinion. Okay, you're welcome to your own opinion on this. But you're not going to be able to talk to me about it being a trash game without you playing the game. And if your excuse is, or if your reasoning is, well, I've been playing games since 1978, so what? So what? I've got 50 platinum trophies. Okay, fine. That has nothing to do with this game. It has nothing to do with this game. So why are you talking about something that you have never played? Shout out to Sick Humor. He's played the game and finished it. Shout out to J-Dub. He's played the game. He's finished it. But you're not going to hear. I don't think I can tell because I haven't played the game. I've seen it. I went to Best Buy, looked at that G4 TV, whatever it was, the LG G series, and I had them pull up this game on YouTube because they had it in 4K. I'm like, yeah, let me go ahead and check that out. It is a stunning looking game. But let's be honest here. It's on Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine itself, people are like, well, it's linear. That's Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine is a linear-based engine. So I brought up Mass Effect. You go one place, you go to another place, and you push the story. You have a cinematic point. It's not the Frostbite engine. It's not the Snowdrop engine. It's not the Decima engine. Those engines, open world engines. Okay, it's not the Cry engine. It is the Unreal engine. So, Xbox going day and date with PS5. Yeah, well, according to the report, Doom is going to be day and date. Again, my Xbox is part of Microsoft, has been taken over by Microsoft Gaming Studios. It has been taken over, and they are doing multi-plat stuff. End of discussion. That's it. It's over. So you don't hear me talking about how trash Xbox is. I say, hey, look, if you have a PC and it's powerful enough, support Xbox, support Microsoft through Game Pass on your PC. I totally understand not wanting to have an Xbox. So, if you have it on, why have it? I got rid of my Xbox. Why? Because I knew if I wanted to play an Xbox game, a Microsoft game, all I had to do was have Game Pass on my PC. So, but again, Hellblade 2 is coming at this point. If the sales are poor, if the sales are this poor, what's being reported, if this is accurate, then they in trouble with that game. They in trouble. Well, you damn right I'm running away from Mr. X, Chocolate Thunder. Yeah. Well, there's another dude on that game, Resident Evil 4. I mean, he's like humongous as well. I think he could take on that. What do y'all call him, Mr. X? So I don't know why y'all call him that, but okay. So I just know one time he hit me and my health bar turned red. I'm like, what the hell? So, you know that swag bag. It's always Mass Effect time. What are you talking about? So, the gaming industry, Boogeyman is, Zaddy. It is Zaddy. And they've been bought out, so now Zaddy going to have to go away, I think. Got some redundancies. You know, you got some redundancies. Because doesn't, I think NX Gamer, doesn't he work with IGN to do gameplay analysis? There's no reason to have Zaddy. Like, y'all can go. Bye-bye, White Zaddy. Bye, Zaddy. But all right, we'll do a little Q&A here. So come in here with your questions. Make sure you put the questions at me so I can see them. And if if not, we can go ahead and land the plane here. But it's up to you guys. Like I said, I gotta go wash clothes and get my hair cut. So it is what it is. Why hasn't GameSpot been bought out yet? They may not be for sale. They may not be for sale. So, and that's why they may not want to sell. I mean, you had to. Oh, Sony also. Sony and Apollo are in. They're still in meetings with Paramount to purchase Paramount. So that's the latest update on that. Okay. So you have the what did I give you? So we got a lot of Sony news. Spider-Man. I think Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man has been announced. Sony again. Remember, Sony at their business meeting talked about the movies and how the cameras and stuff like that, they're going in. Sony's new phone, the Xperia, whatever it is, 7 or whatever it is, 9, that's coming out here pretty soon. So it is what it is. It is what it is. If you need to know, Sony made $450 million on PC releases last year. But they'll talk more about that at their business meeting. Well, that was last quarter, so they'll give you a updated number because I heard people saying, I want an updated number. I want to see exactly how much money they made. That's what they're doing, I believe, on Wednesday. You'll start getting your numbers then. I've told everybody, if you want the best of both worlds for gaming, get yourself a Switch, okay? Get yourself a nice TV, and get a PC, and then you get a PlayStation. That covers you, and that right there, I'm telling you, that's about $4,000 in your investment. So, but again, that's about how much you're going to add. You don't have to do it all at once, like the Whitney Houston song, all at once. No, you don't have to do it that way. You get it over time. So, what? You all want to see me stream Resident Evil? Why? I literally have to stop it and go, stop and go. Because I don't really follow the map right. Reportedly Sony doesn't want the studio. They have a lot in Culver City. Paramount lot is historic and being broken up. Well, again, Sony's main goal is to get Paramount Plus. They want that streaming service. They want the streaming service so that they can start putting so it still can be called Paramount, and it won't change, but it will just be, you'll see more Sony intellectual property showing up in it. You dig? So you'll see all the Spider-Man showing up. You'll see all that stuff showing up there. So, but I do like Resident Evil 4. I've liked them so far. I like the fact that the virus is mutating. You're starting to see that as you get further into the game. The people's heads contort and the virus starts to stick out. That's what happened in Resident Evil 5 when you were in Africa. So, But yeah, well, we talked about Hellblade 2. I haven't played Hellblade 2 yet. I don't know if it's garbage. If you played it, you say it's garbage. Okay, fair enough. But I don't think it's garbage. I haven't played it. I may play it and be like, man, this is trash. But I'll be able to show you. I'll be able to say, hey guys, I'm 2 hours in. This is trash. I would say that to you, right? So, why do some of your fellow YouTubers believe Sony will be in trouble if they don't have a showcase? Great question, Marquise. I'll be happy to answer it. Well, first things first, I'll answer it because some of you are about to get some commercials here. I do apologize, but again, I got to have my own dono war, and so we're set up to do some commercials. It's a business. It's a business. But I'll tell you here after we come back from the commercials. 3, 2, 1, and all right. So now some of them are having commercials. I do apologize. Put a 1 in the chat if you got a commercial that sprung up on you all of a sudden. So, yes, hashtag CraigAds.com. Yeah. But we'll wait a few seconds here to know. I'll be happy to answer that question. That's a very good question. All right, and we're back. So the reason why they're saying that is because they want you to watch them. It's that simple. It's that simple. And so they look at it like, okay, try to explain it here. If I talk about okay, so here's what happened in the UFO community. I'll tell you this. This did happen. So we started getting all this information in 2017 after Harry Reid disclosed that they spent $20 million U.S. taxpayer money on researching unidentified flying objects or UAPs. That caused a jailbreak in people putting out podcasts on UFOs and UAPs, which led them to finding people that were giving them misinformation. That's the truth. That's what happened. So the goal is to be the first one to talk about something so that you watch them, you listen to them. All right? So now they know there are some not so credible people that they've had on their podcast, and they're slowing down their podcast on it. So, and like Jeremy Corbell said, I think this is his name is Corbell, he said it's going to be ebb and flow. You're going to get a lot of information, and we may not have any more information for a decade. But we did get a lot of information. But so it's the same with these guys that say, well, Sony's going to be in trouble without a showcase, because they're saying that so that you watch them. This guy said this person said that. Sony likes May. They're still going to do it based again. And so these guys run with that. That Jeff Grubb's been right this time and this time. Okay, a broken clock is right twice a day. And yes, Sony is going to have an SIE update I believe, on Wednesday. I believe it's either the 28th or I think it's the 29th or maybe it's the 30th. So it is, it is what it is. And like I said before, friggin' MBG sat on his podcast yesterday and literally was trying to manifest a showcase. And again, these guys have been talking about it since April. And it's like I said, April Fool's joke. It's going to be a showcase. We need to see. What was it? We need to see Ghost of Tsushima. We need to see Grand Theft Auto. Sony, we need to see the next Naughty Dog game. Sony, we need to see. We can go on and on and on about it. And what they're saying to you is, Sony, I do a podcast on gaming, and I need to see what you're doing so that I can talk about it and solicit donos from my audience. That's what this is about. It's always been about that. It's not going to change. I'm telling you the way it is. You're going to keep going over there, and that's fine. I'm not criticizing your choice and what you do with your time. My criticism is understand why they say what they say. But I believe these guys and probably some of the gals lied to get you all to watch them. If Sony comes out tomorrow and says we're going to do a showcase or a state of play, Just like they haven't announced days of play, that's not been officially announced yet, but it's been reported. And the reason why they found out about days of play is because it was a hack. There was a hack. I don't know, is it data mining? Somebody data mined Sony's information to find out there's going to be a days of play. And that's, I think, when they had their big sales and things like that. They're expecting, they're saying you may see a sale on VR. You may see a sale on the control. Now, let me make this clear. During days of play, if that $199 controller that Sony has comes down to like $129 or $99, if it comes down between $99 and $129, I'm buying it. I'll buy it for that. I'll pay $100. So just like I've sat here and I've said to you guys, multiple times, I believe that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be the first $100 game because of what the technology that's pushing it. And either you'll buy it or you won't buy it. And maybe I'm wrong, but I believe it's going to be a $100 game. They invite MBG to have chocolate. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't care that they're saying it. I'm just trying to tell you why they say it. They want you to watch them. It's better for them if Sony announces a showcase. Because then Sony announces a showcase, and it's like, oh, here's they're going to show. They're going to be showing. And then if Sony doesn't show that, it's like, man, Sony let us down. They did this last May. Remember? Sony's going to show us this. We're going to see that. Sony's going to, and then Sony showed you what they showed you. And I didn't have a problem with what they showed. I gave the show a B. That was for, but because guys like Marlon and MBG said they were going to be showing A, B, C, and D, instead of them taking accountability and saying, yeah, you know what? I way overhyped the show. I was excited. I pushed my excitement onto you guys, and and I'm let down by it. And you all can tar and feather me, which is what they should have said. They blamed Sony. They blamed Sony for it. Because, again, they want to be able to go back online and do a console war. People are talking about Grand Theft Auto 6 versus Call of Duty. They're both on PlayStation 5, you dumb shits. Okay, they will both be on PlayStation 5. If you want to play Warzone, which right now is free, it's free. Meaning I can go download it right now and call in the B2 and get one-man army. But I don't want to do that. So I don't know how it's a versus when you got two studios that are not related to Sony, that have contracts with Sony, that are going to put intellectual property on your damn system of choice if you bought a PlayStation. Now, if you want to be 100% sure, you can put it on, they can put it on PC. You can buy a PC and do it that way. I don't know what else to say. But PC gaming is expensive. I've shown you all the costs of the GPUs. They're expensive. To get a GPU that's going to give you the same thing that the PS5 is giving you, that GPU alone is $500. Or you can buy a PS5 for $400. So what do you want to do? Yeah, he is right. They do it every year to bait a dono war, and then they outrage when it's not what they sat down and told you it was going to be. And again, they don't ever say it's their fault. They say it's Sony's fault. And me personally, I want to make this clear. I'm tired of people like that, man. I'm tired of that shit. I just am. I'm tired of it. That's why I don't listen to them. That's all, because instead of, I can sit there and complain about what they're doing, or I can say, hey, you know what? I'm just not going to listen to them anymore. And I don't listen to them. Again, what you do with your the most precious thing you have in your life is time. And if you want to invest time listening to that bullshit, I can't stop you. So, but it is what it is. So, they also don't realize that there are new leadership in place at Sony and at Microsoft, and probably going to do things differently. Exactly. That's exactly why I said wait and see what Sony announces at their meeting next week. Because again, I said this before. If they deem, in order for their two new CEOs to have success, is to put games day and date on PC, then they're going to do that. It's same with Microsoft. Sarah Bond needs to have 100% backing. And if you're going to say to Sarah Bond, the best way for us to support you is to put games on Nintendo and PlayStation, they're going to do that. It won't matter what I think. I'll just say, yeah, look, I think Herman Holtz and Nishuna-san and Sarah Bond deserve a chance to be successful. I'm rooting for all of them. Okay, I give everybody 1 year. Like, I'll see how it goes for 1 year. Maybe Sarah Bond wins me back. Okay, maybe this person giving me this Game Pass thing for 1 month. Okay, maybe that brings me back over. Says, hey, you know what? It's only $10 a month for PC Game Pass. It's summertime. I'll do it. Maybe I do that. Okay, so I'm just saying that I'm a consumer first at games. That's me in a nutshell. I'm a consumer first at games. So I'm going to play what I want to play. And like I said, I dare any of these people to say something about that. Because flat out, look, let me make this clear. Ain't none of these clowns going to flat whoop me. So it is what it is. Yeah, pay my bills by letting Sony know. Yeah, we need a showcase, and I made it. Gotta keep the lights on. So I'm going to sit here and say to you guys that, yeah, Sony needs to do this. Sony needs to do that. I think that's what's going to make the PlayStation fans are very unhappy. Really? Is that why they went out and bought Stella Blade? Does that sound like an unhappy group of people? I'm asking you guys that. In retrospect, an unhappy group of people don't spend money. That Stella Blade is getting a sequel and another multi-plat project has been greenlit. Why? Because of the success of Stella Blade. Why? Because it was published by Sony. Why? Because Sony has the biggest group of people to publish too. Why? Because people want to make money. Why? Because that's what makes the world go around. So, I mean, again, it's that simple. That's it. This is not hard to figure out. But you got these moist-ass fruit booty dudes out here lying to you. Every chance they get, they just lie. Well, you don't understand it. No, I don't understand. I don't want to hear your lying ass anymore. And look, for their sake, and for the sake of their cheeks, they better hope that Sony has a showcase. You know, they went from being bullish to being bad. I said, hey, look, that ain't happening. I've been on Twitter. It's not happening. Well, they said this. It's not happening. Well, this person said that. It's not happening. So, yeah, maybe I'll whoop them and get a platinum trophy. How about that? How about I just go start kicking their asses and then get a platinum? Or maybe their platinum trophies will protect them. That's what I'm saying. Even your platinum trophies ain't going to protect you from the ass whooping. It's going to be a good old-fashioned Tennessee whiskey ass kicking that they get. So, but I've never seen anything like it, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't. I have never seen anything like it before. So, George Cheek needs to take their job. Exactly. That's what George Cheek is good at, taking people's jobs. Woo! Well, look at what got exposed this year. Microsoft with the parasocial relationships. That got exposed a high heaven kickback, didn't it? Yes, sir, it did. Yes, indeed, it did. You know, well, they told us this and they told us that. That's why we were doing what we were doing. Hey, wait a minute, what? So you all were having conversations with these guys behind the scenes and they were telling you this, and now that they're not doing it, what did they do? They came out online, oh, I can't believe this is not right, it's not fair. Another person I'm trying to get on my podcast, hopefully, is Tim Dog. So I'm trying to get, my June interview series here, I'm efforting Tim Dog and Hip Hop Gamer and bring those interviews to you guys. So that's my goal for, because remember I told you guys that, I told you all back in March, I'm going to bring back my interview series. So that's why, and I did that with 60 Frames No Lag when they were on my podcast. Yeah, it was a podcast, but I was also interviewing them. I was asking them, what do you think this is going to do? Do you see this happening? Things like that. So, and again, I've asked you all, what game, if tomorrow you woke up and Xbox says, we want to put Forza Horizon on PlayStation, and would you buy Forza Horizon? I'm telling you right now, somebody who's played that game, it's a good game. So, do I think there will be a time these people stop begging and lying for? No, because they know it works. They know it works. So the only time it will stop when you all stop giving them money. That's when it stops. That's when it stops. Then they have to go do something else. And I'm not telling you not to, look, let me make this clear. I'm not telling you not to donate to them because it's your money. I'm just saying that you're donating based on a character. I don't think these guys are like this in real life. They love their families. They have kids. I totally understand that. They're fathers. Some of them are their husbands and their wives. And some of them, the women are wives and mothers. So this is just a hustle for them. It's a side, it would be called, what you kids would call it, a side hustle. Is it a side hustle for me? Yes, if my channel makes X amount of dollars in a 30-day period, YouTube gives me a direct deposit of up to, I'll tell you, it's up to $100. It's $100 minimum. And that does include your super chat money. That's true. That includes that. So until you guys, and again, if people who complain know that complaining works, and they know that gets stuff done. I've worked with doctors since 1994, different doctors. They know if they throw a fit and they bitch and moan, shit will get changed. And they will tell you the only way to get things changed is to complain about it. Sometimes the main quest is to do it is the donor war. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. I just came up with an idea. Oh, I got an idea, guys. Oh my God. I gotta really look into it. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be great if I can pull it off. Oh, it just hit me. It literally just hit me. So oh man, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. So if I can pull it off, this hit me all of a sudden. Wow. Okay, now I just have to go and put it together. Holy smokes. Woo! But I like that. Sometimes it's a main quest to donor war all the time. Yeah, and then what's the side quest? I like that. The main quest for this game is for you to donor war. So again, just in review, where's the damn showcase at? I think they lied. You lied to me. And you also had the late breaking news yesterday afternoon about Doom, the next Doom game being a multi-plat release coming to PlayStation. It's been reported by multiple sources. You all can go check that out yourself. I'll have a link in the description. Also have a link to Porter Rock's last upload on what he did. He did like a 10-minute video on it. Stella Blade news, you got more outfits, as that's what they were going to do. They're going to update. She'll get more outfits in a couple more months, I'm sure. And the Sony board meeting, a lot of it was about AI, how AI is going to change gaming, the way they make games. So they're going in full bore on it. I highly recommend Sony stock. I'm just going to recommend that to you. I'm not a broker. I'm not telling you, okay? I recommend you have stock in things that you own at your houses. So, I have Samsung monitors and LG monitors. Guess what? I have stock in Samsung and LG. I have a Sony PlayStation, and I have stock in Sony. So again, that's me personally. So I'm gonna try to get stock in Google because I have a new Google phone. In case you all don't know, I got a Google Pixel 8 Pro. So I'm gonna get a selfie stick and I'm gonna start doing some walk and talks, so y'all can kind of see the beautiful city of Lexington, Kentucky. I'll walk downtown and stuff like that, so you all can see some of the downtown stuff. So yeah, Freddie. Yeah, hey, look. It is not my job to hype these games for you. It's not. It is not my job to do that. I ain't doing it. So, Ice Queen's watching she's watching the Cup final, watching the stream. All right, shout out to Don, watching sports. All righty. PS5 Pro will have the best version of Xbox games. We'll find out. We'll see. But yeah, it's not my job to hype these games up for you. I can tell you, like I said, the game I will vouch for, this my favorite game, is the Mass Effect series. Andromeda, I didn't care for. But yeah, that's, again, to me, if you like RPGs, Mass Effect, the Dragon Age RPGs, those are, I like the Fallout games. I like the Oblivion games and Skyrim. So again, that's what I recommend for RPG. For RTS, I like XCOM and The Sims, who don't like those games, right, for real-time strategy. Sports games, Madden, I'm buying the college football game. Matter of fact, I bought the college game, the Deluxe Edition, the college game with Madden 25. I'm covered on that. The college football game comes out, I think, in July, So, yeah. So we're covered. You're covered. If you have an Xbox, make sure you buy the games. What I don't understand about the Xbox community is that they in one breath, they brag about the games they do have. Okay, Forza Horizon, Hellblade 2, you're getting Indiana Jones. Okay, fine. But then we just pulled up the article from Zaddy saying that, Hellblade 2 has poor sales. So why are you all bragging about something you're not supporting? You see what I'm saying? I just, why, again, I don't get that. Like, somebody, if you want to help me understand, that's fine. But I don't understand why you would brag about something that you're not supporting. To me, it makes no sense. Like, it makes no effing sense. So that's just me, though. What say you? All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get on off of here. I've been on for about a little over an hour. It's like, a little over an hour, give or take. So you all have a good long weekend if you're off, like me. I work in a clinic now, so I don't have to work on Monday. So you all take it easy. You all stay blessed. And I will be game streaming later on today. And let's check that out later. Deuces.